Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a Torchwood review. I am Davros, and I'm a Whovian, and today I review Torchwood Fragments. So this is the penultimate episode of Series 2 of Torchwood, where Jack and the team, except for Gwen, who's having a day off, go into this warehouse where it explodes, and then they all get trapped in the rubble. And then, as each of them are trapped in the rubble, we then see how each of them join the Torchwood team, except for Gwen, because we saw how Gwen got recruited in the first ever episode of Torchwood. So we see how Jack became boss of Torchwood, how he was recruited in the 1800s because he was trying to find the Doctor, and how he went from being recruited to becoming the leader. And then we see Owen, how he became part of the team, how his former fiancée had what she thought was a brain tumour but was in fact an alien parasite. Then of course we see Toshiko as she is arrested by UNIT for selling information to save her mother. And then of course we see Yanto, how he joins the gang and how they all become the team that we've seen throughout the last two series. And of course Gwen and Reese then come to their aid to get him out of the rubble, and then they find it was all a trap set up by none other than Captain John Hart, who has Jack's brother Gray, who is alive and always thought to have been dead. And then it carries on into the finale. So what did I like about this episode? Well, I liked that this was like I say, put into segments, how we see each member of the team get joined into Torchwood. We see, we already knew Captain Jack from Doctor Who, and that he tried to find the Doctor in the early 20th century but ended up in Victorian times, and how he discovered he can't die. We see him recruited and joining the team. We then also, I liked how we also see Owen's backstory, how he's oblivious to alien activity and how he makes the discovery that aliens are real. And I liked Yanto's recruitment story, and Tosh, her recruitment was like, probably one of the brutalists out of all. But I liked how we got to see like the backstories of how each of them joined Torchwood. I also like the ending where we see John Hart again, James Masters' return, setting the cliffhanger up for the finale. And yeah, I enjoyed this one. It's a good episode. And when we saw this, we had to wait 2 weeks for the finale because, I watched it a week in advance on BBC Three, and they weren't showing it the following week on BBC Three. We had to wait 2 weeks to see it when it actually aired on BBC Two, the finale. So that was a bummer, but still, I thought this was a good episode, an interesting one. And we see, like that. And they have some good visual effects, especially with the pterodactyl. So we see how the pterodactyl in the Torchwood hub got captured by Jack and Yanto. Of course, it was the CGI now is a bit tacky because it were mid 2000s, and then of course we see late 2000s, and then I liked that we got UNIT appearing in there. We see a bit of a darker side of them in this because we know UNIT from the main show, and they have been mentioned in the show before. And I also liked, like we get the return of the Blowfish as well in the Victorian era, where Jack's fighting him head on. It's a good episode, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And yeah, didn't bore me or anything like that. So ratings, I will give performances an 8 to the writing, an 8 to the visuals, a 7, and my personal an 8. So there you go. There is my review for Torchwood Fragments. Have you seen this one? Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and hit that notification bell. I've been Davros the Hoovian, and this has been Torchwood Review on Fragments. So, until next time, run for your life.